Hi, this is Tami Hewlett, and I am here to teach you the second project for August. This is a scrapbook page, and there's a lot of fun little techniques in here that I would love to teach you. So the first technique is how to put all these multiple photo boxes in a shape, which is the circle. So I'm going to start over here on a page that I set up to import all the photos. And what I did was I tried to pick photos that if I put a circle over them, I wouldn't chop off too much. And so to help me do this, I actually went over to my global search and I just typed circle because I wanted to get something to kind of gauge where my borders were. And so I actually went down and found a punch, I'm sorry, a stamp. It's under this, I think, enjoy every moment, dotted circle. So I insert that. I ended up later using this because I thought it was pretty. But as I went over to the photos and I brought them in, these are all just individual photos. Oops, wait, that's on the top. But, oh, here, let me ungroup these first. What I did was actually just drag in the photos, and then I kind of sized them so that they would all fit together. And then I put this over to kind of see how to adjust. Like I had to make this one, I had to crop this one down so it would fit and I could bring this one in closer. But I basically wanted to make it so that when I crop this in a circle, I was going to be able to see everyone's faces. This is a photo box that I just added on the side to butt up against it. And once I thought I had the right, I had everything in the right place, I went up here to project and share, and I exported the page. And yes, go ahead and save. But what I did was I saved the page onto my hard drive, and that turns the whole thing into a JPEG. I'm not going to do this right now because I already did it, but you would just hit finish and make sure you know where it's going to go. Like I put all my finished scrapbooks into a folder called finished scrapbook pages because you're going to want to be able to find that JPEG after you save it. It's in mine's in a folder called MDS Class August Scrapbook. Okay, so I'm going to cancel. Then what I did was I came over to a blank page and I added a circle punch, made it really big, about like that, I think. And then instead of paper fill, I put photo fill. Then I went to my pictures and found that folder where I saved the JPEG. Let's see, it was under MDS Class August Scrapbook. So I opened up that one, and here is the picture that I saved. So I hit OK, and it filled it in that circle. Double click, and you can increase the size and adjust it to where you want. Actually, I probably didn't quite. I think this just barely fits, so I unfortunately had to go one more bigger like that. Something like that, I think, is about what I did. And then hit OK. And then it fills all of it in one shot. Okay, so after you get that done, then let's go ahead and fill in our background. The background of the whole paper is very vanilla. Oops, made a mistake there. I had this little box checked. So make sure that's not checked, and then bring in your very vanilla. It'll cover the whole background. I think I'm going to put this down a little bit. Then I added the overlay from Back to School, which is an embellishment. So I hit Browse, selected Back to School under Designer Kits. And under that, let's see how far down it is. Right down here, there's a real pretty yellow and blue one. So I drag that over. It's not quite big enough, so you have to stretch it to fit your whole page. And don't worry if it gives you the warning, it's going to look fine. And then go ahead and move that all the way to the back. And there we've got a really pretty background. Don't have to fuss with that very much. Okay, now let's go back in and add that pretty stamp that we had. It's from the Enjoy Every Moment, and it's this dotted circle. So I actually put that around the whole circle. Just use your arrow keys to kind of adjust it. That looks good. And then we're going to change that to crumb cake here. And I am going to move that behind the photo so I can still access the photo. And then I'm actually going to group it with the photo. So I'm hitting the Shift key and clicking on the photo, and then I'm going to hit Arrange Group. And that way, if I want to kind of adjust where this is on my picture, it's all going to go together. Okay, so the next kind of tricky thing on this page, because mostly it's just adding stamps and things like that, is I wanted to use the Hello Lovely stamp. Where is that? Right there. And what I wanted to do was use, sorry, I'm going to close this stupid thing showing up on my computer. I wanted to use this stamp here, but I didn't want the thank you part. I just wanted the you're the best with the little arrow here. So in order to do that, there's a trick. So I am going to actually alter a punch to the size of this little arrow, and then I'm going to use that to crop this stamp. So first I'm going to go to punches, add a punch, and I'm going to select this square punch, and then I'm going to select edit shape. Now this brings me into a edit function. For all punches, you can edit any punch this way. Now I'm going to change this side, so I highlight it with this blue line here and select Insert Point. Then I'm going to draw the point. I'm actually going to draw it past the line to about right there and hit OK. Then what I have to do is name this shape. So I'm going to say crop shape arrow 3. I already have a 2, so I had to do that. Okay, and that actually puts the punch into your document. We don't want it, so I'm going to delete it. What I do want to use it for, though, is to edit this stamp. So now I'm going to highlight the stamp, and I'm going to hit crop, and I'm going to select crop shape. The punch that we just altered and saved is under users, so which it automatically just brought me in. So I need to find that arrow 3. It's right there. I select it and hit apply. Then I can take it over here and edit my punch. Edit my stamp. I had to bring the top and the bottom down just a little bit, and that actually looks better than the one I did the first time. Woohoo! Okay, and hit OK. And there you go. Isn't that tricky? Okay, so now let's see. Let's color fill this with basic gray. And then I want to color this in. It's a see-through punch, so I'm actually going to use that punch that I made. I'm going to add that in.